Today we're continuing our alphabet dating series and it is our G date. So we are headed first over to Grafton, Illinois.
We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be a really good trip.
We've got our cousins with us. It's actually a double date. The ferry that we're about to board starts in St. Charles, Missouri or Portage de Sioux area and takes you across the Mississippi River over into Illinois. And from there we have a couple more G surprises.
It's gonna be a good time. Sure.
Let's go. I think our next adventure needs to be on whatever boat that is. That looks like so much fun. It looks like there's not even that many people on it. Here it comes.
Ride, buddy.
And now we're in Grafton. These are called guacamole bites. I think it's good. Our first stop was a very loud one at the Grafton pub.
A little too loud.
They had live music going, a lot of people, but actually the service was really fast.
Very friendly.
The food was really good, so definitely recommend that. Our next stop is the gondola ride.
Don't fall.
We have to keep going.
Just the glass doors, honey.
It just keeps moving. When you get to the top up here, they have a restaurant and winery. Really beautiful for sunset. It was really pretty to get to the top, but we're kind of worried that we're cutting it close on our time for our next adventure. So we got a glass of wine or beer for the boys to go, and we're just gonna walk back to our car. I'm sure the ride down will be really, really pretty, especially because you can see the sunset over the river right now. But we have one more place to get to, and we don't wanna miss it. So we're just gonna walk. It's really pretty, it's a beautiful night out. And I've got some wine, so I'm good. Although once again, I'm not exactly wearing the shoes for the activity that we're doing for these dates. Wait for me. We made it to our last stop of the night, which is the McPike Mansion in Alton, Illinois. We are going to be going on a ghost tour here. We don't know any history about this place, but we have heard that it's one of the most haunted places in America. So
we shall see.
This is Crystal Beacon here.
Okay.
This is a message coming to you about finances. So there's a little bit of finances coming, but it will grow.
Like I'm gonna get rich?
Well, it'll grow. If
We're
you
going to the
invest
casino.
If you invest it
Oh,
correctly.
okay.
If you invest it correctly.
This is the Two of Coins. It shows you juggling emotions and money up and down with your money and your emotions.
Well, that makes
Yeah, that definitely makes sense to me.
But the trick to this is when you see it coming down, especially your emotions, then try to balance and mellow out so that you don't hit the lows. Okay?
Okay.
Oh,
What kind of looks like you?
This is winning a battle. Oh yeah, it does.
He needs a hat.
What does that mean? Winning a battle?
You're going to win a battle. And see, these are
Remember that.
swords, so it means a battle of wits. Ooh. Oh, you have a message too. This is an invitation or a proposition. You have the Knight of Cups. So someone is going to come to you with an invitation, a proposition, or a proposal. It's Cups is emotional, tied in with love.
When you have an experience tonight, we want you to acknowledge it. We want you to tell us what's going on around you. Because the more that you acknowledge what's going on, the more they're going to interact with us. Nothing's worse than going up and talking to somebody and having them ignore you. Because when you get ignored, you're going to move away.
Apparently the tour's not in the house. It's in the cellar, like below the house. The actual house inside is condemned. We got to hear some of the house's history, and now we're going to go in the cellar.
We survived.
I feel like we do have to explain. I did like zero research before we did that ghost tour. I wouldn't even really call it like a tour. But
Ghost experience, maybe.
that's a better word for it.
Paranormal experience.
We've done a lot of like tours. Usually you get to like actually walk around like the building. So this is called the McPike Mansion, and it is a really massive home in Alton, Illinois. It looks like it was really neat back in the day, but it's now a condemned building. So basically we just sat outside and the lady did like kind of like a PowerPoint presentation,
PowerPoint
basically.
slideshow type thing.
Yeah, like a slideshow of a bunch of photos of the families that have lived there and like the spirits that reside there now and just like some of the history about it. And then we went down to the cellar, and I thought it was going to be more like a tour, maybe of the cellar, but it ended up that we just like sat in chairs and they turned off all of the lights, and they had those, what do they call those things? The rods, where you like hold the two rods, and
I can't think of what the name of it. Yeah, but
if they
two
cross
little metal rods and you hold them in your hands.
If they cross like towards each other, then it means yes. If they like move and point away from each other when you're asking the spirits questions, it means no. I mean, I was asking questions and sometimes they would not answer, but one question that I asked and I got an answer was when I finally asked like if a spirit was here, I got a yes. I asked, is this a female spirit? I got a yes. I asked if she was a mother, and it was a very fast yes. Like the rods moved very quickly. And then like the person that was kind of like leading the whole group asked if there was like a male, like the
McPike
man, Henry McPike. Yeah, the main like man of the house, I guess. The lady asked for everybody that was holding the rods at that time to ask him if he liked having visitors in the house. And at first, like nothing moved in my hands, and then all of a sudden the one in my right hand moved very fast in the direction of no. So that was a little freaky. And then
in our defense, there were some very annoying people sitting behind us, so I wouldn't have wanted them in my house either. I mean, most people were being pretty respectful, but yeah, they needed to go.
they were very young girls, and everything was like, bruh, this. So it's fine. But what question did you ask? You got asked a couple questions.
I used them for a little bit, and I didn't get a response. I asked, I think I asked if there was a child spirit present, and I got a yes. And then I asked if it was a little girl or a girl, I think, or a little girl. I can't remember what I said, but anyway, I got a yes to that. And then I was getting ready to ask a third question, and then the person said something else. I think she was actually getting ready to ask if anyone had asked if there was a child spirit, and I said I had already asked that question, and I said, yeah, I got a yes to that. I did have a couple other times where they were saying, like, when Henry walks by, it'll get black as black, like and we don't, and like we were saying on the way home, was that our eyes playing tricks on us? Was it actually something? But
Yeah.
I did see that to where, you know, dark is dark, but like even with your eyes being closed, you're, you know, sitting there, it just felt like it got even darker. And it's like, you know, is it a experience that I would say, oh, that definitely was something? It definitely was something I can't explain, but I mean, if you sit there and you try to pick it apart, I'm sure you can. So it's just like,
Yeah.
what do you know? It was definitely a neat experience.
I don't know how you explain rods moving in your hands when you're not moving them. And like I said, I mean, I was holding them steady because sometimes I would ask a question and I at first I was not getting any responses. And it was all of a sudden I asked, you know, if there was a spirit here. And then it all of a sudden moved. Like, but the first few times I asked that, like, I got nothing. So, I don't know. As far as like the history of the home, the McPike family, they were a very wealthy family in the area back in the 1800s. And they did have ties to Abraham Lincoln. That was pretty cool as far as like the history goes. But yeah, it's very interesting.
It's a different tour, but an interesting tour. Or interesting experience.
Unlike any ghost tour that we've ever done before, but it was neat. So that is going to be it for this video though. We hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with us for our G date and all the things over in Illinois today.
Grafton. Hope you had a great time.
Is that the only
good evening?
The only adjective you've got this time is G.
I don't know. Great, good. I don't know. I'm stuck with those two.
Grand.
Grand. It was a grand adventure.
It was a grand old time. Anyway, that's it for us. If you guys have ideas for our H date, leave them in the comments down below. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see you again next time.
Got to go.
You thought really hard about that, didn't you?